Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was Donald Trump pretty much forgetting the Pledge of Allegiance, or at least not saying it with any passion, and in particular, not saying the part under God, which is a key part of the Pledge of Allegiance as it's currently written. And this isn't the biggest story. Of course, there's bigger stories today. There'll be bigger stories tomorrow, just on Trump alone, let alone the broader U.S. political scene. But it matters because Trump and the Republican Party and the MAGA movement are the kings of performative patriotism. And what I mean by that is, it's not necessarily about being patriotic, about loving your country and doing everything you can to make your country more prosperous, more equal, more humane, more welcoming, etc. It's about looking like you love your country. It's not about doing anything necessarily. It's about cladding yourself head to toe in red, white, and blue. It's about going to the right events. It's about saying the right things. It's about doing all of that, regardless of what your actual policies or ideology is regarding the health of the American society. And so the Pledge of Allegiance is one of those things. And I don't want to say that it's merely performative, but it's the kind of thing that Republicans would certainly attack Democrats over if a sitting Democratic president basically mumbled along the pledge because he didn't know it and specifically didn't say the under God part. And it matters also because this was a specific line of attack that Donald Trump and the Republicans levied on the Democrats during the convention weeks. You know, first came the Democratic National Convention, and there were rumors that some groups, maybe somewhere, I don't know, didn't use the term under God in their Pledge of Allegiance, but certainly the party has no policy that wants to remove that element. Certainly Joe Biden doesn't. I've heard Joe Biden ads. I think there was one we covered on this channel where I believe it was a group of school children basically citing the Pledge of Allegiance, and that part is very clearly in there. So there's no real worry about Joe Biden taking out the Pledge of Allegiance's part that references God, even though that part had been added after the fact, during the Cold War. But the point is, Republicans were trying to score points on that. And now you have the president, you have Donald Trump basically saying the pledge very poorly at best and not saying that particular part which he was haranguing the Democrats over. That's why this is important. Donald Trump made this important by how he performs patriotism and how he attacks his opponents. And you can add to this the question of mental and physical fitness, especially in this case, mental fitness, because, it was Donald Trump that really started it with the whole sleepy Joe Biden has dementia, Joe Biden has cognitive decline, Joe Biden can't be president. He started that. And then after that, a lot of people started levying those attacks on him. And even though it's certainly the case that a majority of Americans think both Trump and Biden are unfit for office, there's a recent polling that indicates that. The fact of the matter is, when you're going to go after your opponent for slurring, for forgetting words, for not knowing key phrases, of course, Republicans and everyone else made fun of Joe Biden where I think he didn't know the preamble to the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence. Of course, one of the founding documents of the country where he said, the thing. We all made fun of him for that. And this is sort of similar. And so Donald Trump should feel the calls of hypocrisy upon him. If the Republican Party and if Trump in particular want to wrap themselves in the flag and effectively weaponize patriotism, weaponize the symbolism of the United States, they shouldn't be surprised when that gets turned around on them.